okay, this is very exciting.
Yes.
What can we expect for this new season? Will there be a 5-peat? This is 4-peat, right?
This is a 5-peat.
How can he outdo himself this time?
Well, ladies, the bar is set high, so he better get on it, literally and figuratively. But
Yeah.
it's an emotional, no pun intended, turbulent season because of Peter. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Ben Higgins in that just he's very sincere, very sweet, but kind of that can also cause some trouble of just kind of kicking the emotional can down the way of not wanting to make decisions and really careful about those decisions and not wanting to hurt people. And so things can kind of pile up and relationships can pile up. And, you know, it's almost a little better to be cutthroat in this of like dealing with situations as they come. And so, you know, we have to have some heart-to-hearts along the way of like, hey, man, you know, we got to get going.
He's almost too nice.
He is. We got to make some decisions.
Yeah. So there, in the recent promo that came out, it looked like there was a little bit of tension between you and Pete.
Yeah. I mean, there were some moments when, you know, I wear a lot of hats on the show.
Yeah.
And I am a friend. I love Peter to death. But there were some times when I had to be, you know, take the friend hat off and be kind of Papa Chris and be like, hey, son, like, we need to have a little come to Jesus talk, and you need to make some decisions. We got to do this. You know, we're coming to a crossroads here, and it's not fair to the women as well.
Right.
And we got to take some steps forward. But it was hard. I mean, everything was so sincere and so true that I just wanted to help him and be there for him. But sometimes you got to give tough love, not just easy love.
Everyone's talking about Hannah because she was in one of the promos. I mean, he asked her to stay. Is that real? He really wanted her to stay?
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But I do know that she came for much more than just a pat on the back. And it wasn't just a, hey, good luck, buddy. You know, you're now wearing my shoes and I'm going to give you some advice. There's something between them. They just have that chemistry. It's one of those relationships that, you know, if it's over or when it's over, it just didn't have that clean break.
Yeah.
And you think you're fine until you see that person and you're like, oh man, are we fine?
Right.
Should we do this again?
Yeah.
And so it is one of those tricky relationships, and it's something that needed to be dealt with before we really dove into this season and went further.
Oh, because this happens early on in the season.
It does.
Got it. Okay, so where do these women come from? Is it all different? I mean, the names were released today.
I mean, looking today, mainly from Illinois and Texas.
Really?
We were heavy on Chicago,
Yeah.
heavy with Texas. But it's a good cross section of I was going to say our country, but also British Columbia represented as well, because we love our Canadians. But it's a great group. And I think a wide, diverse group of different types of women, different walks of life, different stories. We have some great, powerful stories of strength, determination, coming to America stories, you know, kind of the American dream and overcoming things. A girl that, you know, was so bold as to wrestle on the boys' wrestling team in high school. So just great stories that are going to be brought out, as well as obviously drama and all the love and everything else.
What does it take to make that initial first impression? Because we've seen people dress up. There was a girl who dressed up as a windmill. So what does it take to kind of, make that impact?
It really depends. It's funny. There's really not a thing. There's a girl who comes out, obviously speaks Vietnamese to him, and he's like, what? And it was a really dirty line. Oh, that drew attention.
Yeah.
Then there's the girl that came in one of the just best, most bedazzled like jumpsuits ever, and it was jaw dropping. That got his attention,
Right.
and all the women's attention too. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, show's over! Like, you look amazing." And then there's the girl that like pulls up in this like badass car and just has the swagger about her. Like, so it really just depends. It's, you know, it just, do you have the cute one line? Do you make a big first impression, or, you know, I think really all you can do is fall in your face night one. That's the worst thing, is like you can just offend him. Right. Other than that, you get a pretty wide berth.
Yeah. To make like the top 5 as one of the contestants, I guess you could say. I mean, do you have to be like kind of crazy? Do you have to be like, or what is it? Because, you know.
I mean, look at Hannah's top 4. You know, let's say you take it down to the hometowns, the top 4.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a pretty wide range of guys. Some are outlandish, some are quiet, so it really just depends. And the tough thing I will say about Peter, that Hannah didn't have, Peter doesn't have a type.
Yeah.
He's really hard to figure out.
Yeah, we asked him that earlier. Yeah, and he's
not joking. He doesn't have a type. I even told him throughout, I'm like, I can't tell who you're into and who you're not. Like, it's not easy to figure out.
Yeah.
And he was really good at compartmentalizing these relationships, but that also made it difficult because then he would really be into this date, and you're like, okay, maybe she's the one. And then the next date, you're like, oh, she's the one.
Right.
And so it was really hard to really pin him down, which again probably led to a little tense moments for he and I.
Is there anything that happens on set or during the show this season that hasn't happened in previous seasons?
Yeah, there's always a first.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. It just happens.
Yeah.
And you don't plan it. You're not looking for it. You just know it's going to happen. With 30 women, with Peter, you're just going to have something different happen. And there's a lot of Bachelor first this season, just wild stuff. And as a producer, it's really fun. Probably if you're the Bachelor, it's not that fun.
Yeah.
Obviously, a guy cutting his face open in the middle of the show, that's a Bachelor first.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. What are some good drinking games to play during the show this season?
I don't know about good drinking games.
Yeah.
Here's drinking games that are not good. Don't do this. Windmill references, don't drink. Aviation references of all kinds, Mile High, Cockpit, any of it, Permission to Come Aboard, Turbulent, do not drink.
Yeah.
You won't
Or
live
depending
through that.
on what kind of mood you're in, maybe do it. Who knows?
Yeah, the 4-time reference, the whatever.
Yeah.
Be careful about which games you take on. Make out. Don't.
There's always a few sloppy
because
ones,
there's
right?
a lot of makeouts this
lot.
season. He's
unusually a lot,
yeah,
or
I think didn't we call Ari the kissing bandit?
Yeah.
Peter's up there too.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Anybody join the Mile High Club this season? I have to ask. Ah!
I did.
Nice.
I don't know if that's relevant to this interview.
It's probably not. It's
wanted
probably
to let
not.
everybody know.
But we'll use it. We're going to use it.
Mom, I'm kidding.
We're
I'm
sorry.
joking.
It's okay. He's sorry. And then I heard that you can now be hired to officiate weddings for Bachelor fans.
Well, first of all, I've always been able to. So
yeah. But now you're actually
obviously I do a bunch of weddings for The Bachelor. I've married many couples, amazing couples that have been on the show for the last 18 years.
Yeah.
But I've also actually have done Bachelor Nation proposals, engagements, weddings, but it's just been hard for people to reach out. And I get messages on Instagram, Twitter, whatever, and people want that. And it's just been hard to actually have a viable, good, clean, safe way to actually have people make this proposal and come find me. And so I did create my own website, chrisharrisonofficial.com, and you can reach out, and this is real.
That would be amazing.
You can hire me to officiate your wedding. There's also a link because people want to, find a way to get to the mansion, and it is privately owned, and they do events there. But it's hard for the masses to figure that out. And I wanted to make it simple because, look, it was kind of a way where if you had a link to me and you had a way to get to me, you could get that. And I'm like, well, that's not really fair. I want to open this up so everybody in Bachelor Nation can have a shot at this. And look, I can't do them all.
Right.
And be careful.
You're going to get a ton of
applications. And that's the thing.
applications.
Be careful what you wish for, because I have been inundated now with a lot of, and just know that my team is on this and we're really trying to get to the bottom of it and do some sincere, real weddings.
You have to have your own rose ceremony now for the number of applications.
But I really want this to work. I really can't wait. And it's not just about the money or whatever. I can't wait to step in front of a Bachelor Nation couple and marry them. What a great thing. What a wild thing to think after 18 years that this is what it's come to, and what a cool thing to be able to do. And if you're known for anything, to be known for sending and spreading love and bringing people together, what a cool thing to be known for.
Yeah. So we only see, what happens on screen. But there's an entire production team. There's editors.
Right.
What do you think would surprise Bachelor fans about the way the show is produced?
God, just honestly, and I don't mean this in a sucking up way, just how hard it is to put this show together. It seems, it's so pretty and it seems so easy, but what it takes to put together this show is unlike anything I've ever, and I've done a lot of different productions. It is moving mountains because this is a traveling show. We're a little bit like a rock band where we're going from country to country and people are hopscotching and getting things ready, and we make this show work this season in South America, in other continents, just all over the place. And so it is amazing what it takes and how many people it takes to make this show look as good as it does.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.